the best football show in Africa. It is Nigeria Super Fans Forum. Welcome. My name is Oluwafemi Ashaolu. Today on the show, we'll be looking at the club continent football in Africa. Of course, the Confederation of African Football has carried out the groupings for teams right here in the continent. So we'll be looking at Nigeria strictly, what Rivers United, Plateau United, Remo Stars, and of course Kwara United, who were fortunate to get a continental ticket. So we'll be looking at all the opening. And of course, the Female Under-20 World Cup kicks off in Costa Rica, and of course the Nigerian team, they will be having their first game today, which will be it will be early in the hours of Friday, but in Costa Rica time it will be on Thursday. And in Ghana, remember the match fixing scandal between Inter Allies and Ashanti Gold. Of course, that case has got to the CAS, the Court of Arbitration for Sport, and CAS is executing a stay on the 25-month ban that was imposed on 21 players by the Ghana Football Federation. It's going to be another pumper ride on the show today. So I urge you to pull a seat to yourself and let's get together on this ride. So today on the show, I have James Agberebi on the set. It's going to be another wonderful time right on the show. James Agberebi, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be on the show.
Okay, so James, let's get started with the continental ticket, continental groupings. It wasn't an easy one for the Nigerian team, particularly for Rivers United and Plateau United. Well, when I saw the pairings, what was on my head was $40,000 that Governor Nyesom Wike, the $40,000 that Governor Nyesom Wike promised Rivers United players. Of course, the first round, they'll be playing against Watanga, a team in Liberia. But in the second round, the qualifiers, from which they will progress to the group stage, they will be playing the others. It won't be very easy for them, James.
Yeah, when I saw the draws, I was like, you can't blame CAF. When your teams on the continent don't do well, these are the kind of pairings you get. I remember the days when the Nigerian teams used to, do very well, get to the final, even though they don't win it. But at least they make progress. But these days, we just the highest they only get is the group stage. From there, they just crash out, and this thing has been going on for a very long time. The last time the Nigerian team did well at the CAF Champions League was Atland when they got to the final, 2010. That was like how many years ago? So since then, we never had any Nigerian team.
That was before Imba had won it back to back.
Exactly, so we've had teams done very well in the continent. Remember the days of BCC Lions, Julius Berger, Shooting Stars when they won the first CAF Cup. And so they've been doing well in the past, but these days they've not been doing well. So when your teams don't do well, these are the kind of pairings. They now tag out one of the small teams who have to go through the preliminaries before you now meet the big guns. Big teams. So for me, and the compensation, the reward from the Rivers, so they have to work for their money now. They have to work for their money now. So
that's
exactly. So for me, the deed has been done, so they know their opponents now. So it's now left for them to get down to business, and let's just hope that they're able to surprise all of us and progress. Because what is in front of them, if they scale through the first hurdle, is not something to laugh about. They just have to work very hard, and let's just hope and pray. Like I said, they go further.
Okay, it will even be easy let's say it will be more easy for Remo Stars and Kwara United in the Confederation Cup, but the Champions League, look at Plateau United, they'll be playing Esperance of Egypt, mighty Esperance of Egypt. Yeah. That is going to be a tall order for Fidelity Lechukwu and his boys, James.
Yeah, if they can barely leave from what Imba did against Esperance, that was in 2004. Nobody gave nobody gave them a chance. When they drew here and they went away to they also played out a draw, then had to rely on penalties. I think Kano Pillars too did the same thing against Al Ali. That should be 2010 when they drew 0-0 here and they went away and drew 2-2. So miracles do happen. So you have to rely on miracles now for them to, especially when it comes to playing against these North Africans. You know how very good they are. It's as if they own this competition. So they're always prepared for it because they know what's at stake. So like I said, let's pray magic or miracle happen then, because that's the only thing that's the only thing. Pray for luck. I mean, that's the only way that this club side can scale through realistically now.
Okay, so to you, does that mean the level at which our football has fallen? You just mentioned the likes of BBC of Boko, stationery stores, you know, and the shooting stars of Ibadan.
Yeah.
But now we have to, just like you said, we have to rely on magic. Or even pray.
Exactly, because when you don't run your league well, all your players, they troop out. You see club sides making a recruitment like 10, 15 players at a go. You know, flushing out the the existing players.
To start afresh.
So before you now talk of blending, you now talk of you know, getting together and you know all those things.
It is not only here you have players look for greener pastures, maybe in other leagues in Africa or even in Europe. So what is our major problem, James? You know, it's because very difficult. Even Out of Hope, they got a bye into the next round. Yeah. They will not be participating in the playoff, just like the Experience and the Wydad. So you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. It's actually mean that something is actually wrong with that.
That's why I said in terms of performance, you cannot compare the Ghanaian team. They've been compared to Nigeria. They've been doing well. Exactly. So they've been doing well. So that's why you see them getting this bye. Compared to us, that we have to now play like I think we are a small team. We're a small team.
Aren't we?
You know, based on our performance these days. So we have to take it like that, and hopefully we will improve. Then maybe by next season's competition, we will now see our teams, you know, getting buys to, you know, so to, I think to make it easier for them to get to the group stage. If we don't get our acts together, we'll continue to see things today, like this, and we have to take it like that.
Even Eyimba, who are a traditional team in the continental football club competition, no longer even get a place. Finidi George is really sitting on a very hot seat. Like we've discussed, of course, Kwara United will be playing against the Douanis of Niger Republic. And the winner of that tie will be facing RS Berkane of Morocco in the second round. I think it's going to be a tall order for the Nigerian team, because really, if you ask me, I'm not sure they are even mentally prepared. The ticket for the continent just fell on their laps while they're enjoying themselves. And Remo Stars, of course, the team that did wonders in the Nigerian Professional Football League in the season that's just been concluded, they finished third. So they'll be playing against ASFAR, that is ASFA of Morocco. And of course, the winner will be playing, of course, that is in the second round if they qualified. So, of course, they will be facing AAGBS of Guinea. So, the winner will be facing a Moroccan side. And, of course, like in the CAF Champions League, the big one, like we've said, Plateau United will be playing against AS Stade Manji of Gabon. So, the winner will be facing Esperance. While for Rivers United, of course, they got their job cut out for them. They will be playing against Wydad Athletic if they defeat Wantanga of Liberia. James, let's go to under-20 team. Like we've talked about Chris Danjuma, and he said it will not be easy, but we have what is known as the special Nigerian spirit, and we will go in there with confidence and believe in what we can do. We will play to our strength, firm at the back and clinical at the fore. And we saw that some of these things were missing. Yeah. I remember the defeat to Germany. Yeah. It was very painful. I would never forget. Yeah, 2014. Now, James, do you think we will be able to see some difference in this team?
I don't know. I don't know, because as you are trying to, you know, improve to, you know, make your own team very strong. So as you're trying to make your own team very good, the other teams too, they are not sleeping. You know, because they know the importance of the this kind of competition. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a platform to breed new players who will become future stars. You know, so that's one thing I'm looking at in terms of this super Falconet.
I'm sorry to cut in. French team these days, they look at African team. They are very strong and mobile as well.
It's come on with the French team. You know, there's only this thing about them. They take players from different backgrounds. Remember 1998 World Cup? They had players from all manner of backgrounds. You know, even at the last World Cup, which they won. 2018
in Russia.
So coming back to the Nigerian team, I just pray they do well. I'm not particular about them winning. Fine, they got to the final 2010-2014. Unfortunately, they didn't win. They lost to Germany in both finals. You know, so for me, it's I just look forward to a team that will look on to that. So like what we had at the last AFCON, we saw that some of our players, if we are being sincere to ourselves, they just have to leave the scene. I don't want to start mentioning names now, but we all saw the team. When we lost some key players, we tried to rely on the new ones, and they did their best. But fortunately, it was it was not too good enough to win the trophy for Nigeria. So for me, the competition, the Under-20 World Cup is going to be a good platform for most of these girls. At least we're able to see
to show themselves.
Exactly. At least that's one thing Nigeria have always had.
The progression.
Yes, to churn out players. We still have the Flamingos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's going to be a good one for. Like I said, I'm not interested in them. If they win it, to me, it's going to be a bonus. But my own take there is, let's just pray that we're able to get players who will be able to draft into the Super Falcons, so that by the time the next AFCON come around, we're able to say, okay, we have a team now who can, take back the trophy, and also go beyond Africa, because it seems we always focus more on Africa. Let's try and do something when it comes to the World Cup. Then going back in the reminder that aside from Nigeria, Ghana too will be representing Africa.
Of course, yeah.
So it goes to show
certainly
that this is going to be another platform for them to get good players who will be able to get drafted into the Black Queens, because I think the Black Queens, they've kind of dropped for some time now.
Yeah, even on the continent.
On the continent, they've not been doing well. We also how they started. They are like the pioneers of African football.
Alongside Nigeria.
So they've gone way back. So let's hope that this competition we give them the opportunity to see new players who they were able to draft into the main team, and at least we're able to see the Black Queens again, firing on from there. Okay,
so James, you did well for mentioning that. So Ghana will also be representing Africa in Costa Rica. So we wish our African representatives all the best in that competition. Let's quickly go on a break now. We're about to talk about what's happening in Ghana. A lot is happening in Ghana. The concern about the integrity of the league. Remember that the betting company is now the headline sponsor in the Ghana Premier League, but it is raising concern about players being involved in match betting. We'll be back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and it's still Nigeria Super Fans Forum. Of course, it's your show. It's Africa Football Show. Don't forget, like we always say, wherever you are reaching us from, please indicate your location. And thank you very much for all your wonderful feedback. We read them and we appreciate them. Without you, we will not be here. Don't forget to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, and if there is any football development in your country or in a particular country that you got hint of, please bring it to our notice. Of course, you can be rest assured that we'll give it all the due attention that it is needed here. Okay, James, we'll talk about this match fixing issue in Africa. Remember what happened in, I think, Tanzania, where you got even worse than a basketball scoreline, a team winning 91 in football. Now, something happened in Ghana Premier League 2 seasons ago between Inter Allies and Ashanti Gold, and of course the GFA. I love the GFA so much. They do not even waste time at all, and they imposed 25-month sanction on 21 players. That is unprecedented. That is a huge statement. Yeah. And of course, the players, through their union, applied to FIFPro. Then FIFPro took the matter to CAS, and now CAS said that it is, of course, giving time to the case. But in the meantime, the GFA should stay on execution on the ban. So he said the players can actually be registered, represent their respective clubs, but it is listening to the case. James, I think it is even unprecedented that in Africa, a federation will ban 21 of its players for engaging in match fixing.
The success of every league in the country lies with how active the FA of that country is. Good one to the GFA for coming hard, because nobody wants to sit back and watch its product get destroyed. Find there's the kind of, I say, a reprieve for the players. They can go ahead and get registered.
Temporary reprieve, so to say.
Because the length of the ban, no player will wish to
25 months.
You know what it means?
That's more than 2 years.
Exactly. As a footballer, even injuries takes a lot from a player. Not to talk of a ban for that stretch, going to like 3. You said, like I said, like up to 2 years. Which means you're not going to be active. It's not even in Ghana alone that you will be banned. You cannot even go outside.
Of course,
the ban will transfer. What will I put it now? So like I said, good one for to the GFA for coming hard on the players. At least it's going to send a message Whoever wants to, whoever wants to, come up with such a thought that we're going to do something nasty about the, going out behind the closed door or whatever to, get involved in match fixing.
Yeah.
You
compromise the integrity of the league.
Exactly. So whether the players get off the hook or not, I think they will know that the GFA, this is what they will do if they get rid of anything. Because I mean, this thing, things like this destroy any
integrity of course.
I'm telling you, because everybody wants to enjoy football, but when you start hearing things like this, you begin to get doubts. Even there are some games you watch, you begin to suspect, are you sure this game has not been fixed? So nobody wants, and this is one thing that football authorities, FIFA, they've been trying to fight against. Match fixing is going to destroy football if we don't take it away from these criminals who go about
who parade themselves as footballers.
Exactly. So everybody wants to watch football. We want to
enjoy the game, the beautiful game.
I don't know. It's just not good. Like I said before, kudos to the GFA for coming that hard. Sending a message that if you are caught, your career, we're going to get destroyed. And
as well.
It's not going to be anybody's fault. It's going to be your fault for getting involved. Let's just pray that everything turns out well. I just pray that the players, if at the end of the day it favors them, good. If it doesn't, there's going to be a big lesson for them and whoever is going to try to think that they're going to get involved in things and maybe they think they will be able to get away with it. The FA have sent a strong signal that if you get caught, this is what's going to happen to you. And I think kudos to the GFA, and I pray, like I said, these players escape this. They're going to be a big.
But if they are guilty, they should really go down for it as well.
You have to go down for it because nobody forced you. As in, you got there, you decide to take part in it. I don't know. Sometimes it's what goes on in the heads of some people. I don't know. There's some risks you don't take. Maybe they didn't believe that the GF is going to come down this hard. I think they've shown them that we can do this, and I just hope that other FA in Africa will be able to take a lead from this. At least to be able to cleanse the league.
You took that out of my mouth, and I will be coming to you with that. Remember that concerning this game, there is a case in court which Emina Shak, of course, approached a court in Ghana where they are expecting that since Ashanti Gold have been thrown out of the Ghana Premier League, they should ordinarily be asked to replace them in the Premier League. Remember that Ashanti Gold, of course, they were relegated. Emina Shak also got relegated last season. So Emina Shak said, why are you organizing a playoff? You can just say, okay, since you are one of the relegated teams with the highest point, just return to the Premier League to replace Ashanti Gold. But of course, GFA said no, there's going to be a playoff. And of course, remember that Inter Allies, they relegated to almost the third division in the Ghana League. So I'm in Nigeria, but I'm very proud of what's happening in Ghana. James, like I said, you took that out of my mouth. What lesson can the Nigeria Football Federation or even the league management company learn from this?
When you make laws,
they will always say, Femi, don't compare, but I think it is critical.
Yeah,
Ghana, they are neighbors here. They are getting it right. Their own FA Cup, they finished a week after the season ended in the league. But here we are still battling with the ITL Cup. So what lesson can we learn particularly in the match fixing, in how the GFA approached this match fixing, the way they came hard on these players? What lesson do you think Nigeria can learn?
One of the main lessons there is when you make laws, you go ahead and enforce it. That was one thing. I think that was one thing the GFA did. The laws were not just there on paper. They executed it. And it came down hard. It was a big hammer, So that was one thing the FA here in Nigeria, the NFF, the football authority here should learn. When you make laws, you make sure that whoever falls short of it, feel the heat of it.
Even if it's the club owner.
Exactly. That's one of the problems we're having here in Nigeria. That we just believe as if we are trying to please some people, that there are some kind of untouchables. That's as if the law is for certain people. So once you start running things like that, you're going to get problems. We've had instances where teams get banned, they just banish them to different venues. Yeah. They don't even feel anything. And they continue. You keep getting things like that. But with what the FA did in Ghana, I just pray that the Nigerian football authority, they take a lead from there and come down hard on. Don't just make blank statements. execute those statements. Make sure that the law, you enforce it so that they will feel it and know that these people, you are here for business.
Does match fixing happen in our league, in the Nigerian Professional Football League, James?
We
really investigate?
It happens. Let's just don't deceive ourselves. It happens. It happens. I remember the Ghana former goalkeeper, Fatao. You know, he was in Nigeria. He was quoted in one of the media in Ghana that part of the reason why he left the Nigerian league was match fixing was too much. He said it.
That was not enough for even the LMC or the NFF to say.
Yeah, because they've not been enforcing. They've not been coming hard on teams. They've not done enough investigations. As if they just allow it to just slide. And once you continue to do things like that, you're going to keep hearing things about match fixing and what have you. So, kudos, like I said, kudos to the GFA, and I pray we able to copy that and put it in our own the way we run things here.
Really. It is really shameful for me. It is very, very shameful for me to come on air and talk about what's happening in my country, and the authorities are perhaps turning a blind eye to it. But hopefully, we'll begin to get things right. Like I told you, the ITL FA Cup is still very much ongoing. The competition that should have ended with the season, the home-based Eagles, they just resumed camp a few days ago. Where the Black Galaxies have been in camp. They played 2 games. The home-based Eagles now have less than 2 weeks to get back in shape, and they'll be facing the Black Galaxies in the Chan tournament. So you can just, of course, fix the puzzle yourself and know where it leads us. James, still talking about match fixing, remember that Bet Power, a betting company, of course, they've invested they will be investing $6 million in the Ghana Premier League over next 3 seasons. And of course, there has been concerns that it may compromise the integrity of the league, because of these betting issues, match fixing and all that. But the authorities in Ghana are coming out to say that there is a law that forbids people who are under the age of 18, and of course that forbids players from involving in betting. Do you think there could be compromise somewhere when a betting company is the headline sponsor of a league?
Well,
because if you really want to think about it critically, I'm not sure this will happen maybe in Europe, to allow a betting company to be the headline of a major league. Well,
I think one of the major attractions there is the money. $6 million is not it's not a joke. And one thing again,
if you ask me, that shouldn't be. It should be the integrity comes first.
Even in what is it called, in Premier League, I don't know, West Ham. If you check their shirts, Betway.
Yeah.
So one thing you have to understand is betting has become part of football. Let's just don't deceive ourselves.
So can the players stay away from me? That is the question.
We just have to lay down the do's and don'ts. Just have to give the guidelines that these are the things expected and these are the things. They are just coming out to support the league. I know it's a kind of a complicated setup. But like I said, $6 million in Nigeria, in an African league. I mean, it's going to help. They are just trying to, play their own part in the development of the Ghanaian league. And I just pray and hope that this will go a long way in helping the league. Don't just focus on the betting. Find a lot of people bet. We shouldn't get. What is it called?
We shouldn't deceive ourselves.
Deceive ourselves. A lot of people they involve in betting. But I believe the GFA, the serious body, from what we've been saying, is a serious body, and I think they were able to do a lot of, for them to have allowed this company to come in, they would have been a lot of things in play, exactly. So for me, we shouldn't get carried away or get worried about them coming into the. It's a good one for the Ghanaian league. It's going to improve the league, but like I said, let's pray that all the expectation, everything that we hope we were able to enhance the league, we were able to see them and go a long way in helping the league, so that we'll be hearing players, getting transferred to European clubs, and we'll continue to hear things like that about the Ghanaian league. So the company, they are welcome to the league, and we pray that we'll get such in our own league here too in Nigeria.
When we have not even tackled what this on.
We just pray.
So the Ghana Football Association General Secretary Prosper Arisinado, he's saying that, he said, competition sponsorship doesn't encourage betting, and betting industries have their own way of marketing to their target market. Bet power is a regulated industry, and the fact of the sponsorship does not encourage negative betting. That means betting which is not encouraged by the state. We have the national laws which allows betting. People under 18 cannot bet, as well as footballers. We will strictly monitor and sanction anyone who falls foul of the provisions we have.
Yeah, so just like what we said, there are guidelines. So don't think because a betting company just came in now, you just
the CAF is a serious body. So
exactly. So don't think it's a free for all now. You can go ahead and just do the way you like. Everything has been put in black and white. Everything is plain. You can see it. I believe every club side will get this report. This everything is there.
I expect them to send the guidelines
to
every club.
Exactly.
This is the situation. Tell your players, tell them not to involve in betting. You and your players.
Exactly. So this is what a serious FA. This is what they do. They find you have a betting company, but they are just there to partner the league, to help to give the league a good just make it a very good league, so that we'll be able to start getting players who do well. So it doesn't cost. It's not about players now. I'm saying, okay, because we have a betting company now, we can do as we like. No, the FA they've outlined everything. It's black and white. Everybody can see it. If you get involved, just like what happened to the 21 players, you're going to get hammered. So don't say you don't know about it. They've said it now. If you are caught, you will be dealt with. So that's just it.
So James, what Europe could not do, we are doing it in Africa. CAF has launched the $100 million worth of a Super League, the Super League competition. So there's enough money right here in Africa. Someone told me last week that CAF is broke, but now I think 100 million naira is in the kitty for the CAF Super League. Remember the one in Europe didn't even see the light of the day. But let's look at that money, James. A lot of people have been worried about what will be the integrity of the CAF Champions League. But this money, CAF said about $1 million to be given to each federation. We have about 54 of them. Then the winner of this competition will take home about $11.6 million.
It's even bigger than what they get and the Champions.
That's what I'm saying. So people are worried about what will be the integrity, what will be left of the CAF Champions League. So it's a massive money spinning competition. James, Kayode has always been against this competition. But let's look at it, James. A lot of money for each club. But do you think it will affect the integrity of the CAF Champions League as we round up?
My own listen is if it's channeled strictly to the big teams. Because definitely going to be it's only that if the big teams will benefit from it. Exactly, because one thing
and perhaps Out of Hope and Ashanti Kotoko.
Exactly, you have the Alalis, you have the Esperance. You know, these are the big teams. So with this money, everything will be channeled to these teams. They will be the one, So what happens to the smaller teams? I think that's one of the reasons why UEFA came up with this conference league, at least to give all these smaller teams an opportunity to play European competitions and I think get something in terms of their finances. But from the way I look at it, this competition is going to favor mainly the big teams, because the way things are, I don't think they're the kind of a clear guidelines yet. Because I think it's based on invitations now. I think and definitely they're going to invite.
And kicking off this season.
Exactly, so they're going to invite the big teams.
2023, 2024.
Exactly. So they're not going to go to the small teams and say no. They're going to focus more on the big teams for now. We don't know. Maybe later they're going to come up with another format that we're going to involve other smaller teams. But as it is now, the big guns are going to get involved, because they will look at those big countries, which teams are the big teams here. They're going to pick them, and these are the teams that are going to play in this competition. Fine, the money there is tempting. 11 point, how much?
By $11.6 million.
That's a bigger than what they earn in the CAF Champions League or the Confederations Cup. You know, fine. It's in terms of money, the money aspect, fine is good. But me, I'm looking at not carrying everybody along. We are just focused on the big teams.
Yeah, but it's just the pilot.
Let's just say this like it's a test run, you know, because I even heard there are some FA who are even still confused. They don't even know the format. They don't even know how there are so many questions to be asked. So let's see how it goes. Just like what you said, what they rejected in Europe, they're not trying to do. Maybe in future.
Even the big teams in Europe, it was about the money.
Exactly.
It was about the money.
I want to football is business. Let's just don't kid ourselves about that. But me, I'm just focused on. It's going to deprive a lot of teams. Like I said, the big teams will benefit more from it. And let's wait and see how the competition pan. If it doesn't work out, then they have to scrap it. Okay, so according to CAF, of course, the clubs will be divided into 3 groups of 8 clubs before the majority of clubs move on to an American-style playoff system, including wildcard berth. So we hope that it will be a success and at the same time maintain the integrity of the CAF Champions League, if at all it has, because. Yeah. How many Africans even follow the CAF Champions League? Exactly.
James, like the way they follow the UEFA Champions League. As we round up, James, Sule Montari is turning down the opportunity to renew his contract at Hearts of Oak. And the concern in Ghana is that, or the rumor is that he's planning to sign at least a year or two with with Ashanti Kotoko, James. So it's be like a Manchester United player going to join Liverpool. Remember Gabriel Heinze? He wanted to leave United for Liverpool. And Alex Ferguson stopped it. So that is the fear now. He's 37. He doesn't want to renew his deal, and there are reports that he wants to decamp, so to say, to
things like this make the league interesting. Muntari is not a small player. One of the biggest players in Ghanaian football.
Of course.
Appeared in 2 World Cups, did very well for them. And we've seen it in the past where players, rivals, players move from one rival to another, and it creates a lot of talking points. And well, if he decides to, it's his choice. If he wants to join
to play for a rival team.
Yeah, it's about his business. He doesn't have allegiance to anybody. If he feels Ashanti Kotoko is going to do the deal presented to him will be better than what he is earning at Hearts of Oak. I mean, he's 37, so he'll be thinking of his retirement benefits. So for me, you shouldn't be a pro. Fine, the fans and whatever, but those at the top, it's about business. If the deal is good, it's going to move. See Figo move from Barcelona to Real Madrid. So Campbell moved from Tottenham to Arsenal. So this Montari's move. What happened? He didn't stop them from becoming successful in the club they joined. So if it's Ashanti Kotoko that he wants to join, or maybe he's trying to make. It's trying to force something out of Hearts of Oak that, look, I'm going to join your rival if you don't do well. So maybe that's part of this. So I believe everything's going to turn out well, and we're going to see a Montari in the league because it helps the league. A lot of the young players look up to him that if a great player like Montari still plays in the league and makes good transfer like this, I mean, it's going to ginger them and motivate them to continue to do well. And we're going to see the best of the Ghanaian league.
James Agberebi, thank you for coming through on the show.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for your wonderful analysis. And let's even bring it to the public parliament. What do you think should be the punishment for players, African players who are involved in betting? What, in your opinion, do you think should be of course, the punishment? Imprisonment, just fine, suspension? What do you think should be the punishment? Particularly our Ghanaian fans, what do you think? Of course, you are familiar with media reports in your country about what is happening in the league, particularly regarding these players of Inter Allies and, of course, Ashanti Gold. What do you think? And for the CAF Super League, what is your opinion? $100 million, $1 million for each of the federation, and the winner of this pioneer edition will be getting $11.6 million. That is a whooping sum of money. What do you think it will compromise the integrity of the CAF Champions League? So let's get your feedback right there in our comment section. This is where we'll be drawing the curtain on the show today. We hope you've enjoyed yourself. Don't forget your comment. Please indicate where you're reaching us from, And always remember that those dreams, keep chasing them until the day they are done. Until next time, I remain Oluwafemi Ashaolu. Bye for now.